And hello, everybody, and welcome.
And hello, everybody.
And hello, everybody.
Yes, that.
I'm hearing echoes in here, man.
I'm hearing echoes in here, man.
Oh, wait, Hillbilly's not here. Sorry.
Wow. All right, welcome everybody to Fowl Territory 312. I am your cordial host, Gizzard Gary, and it is Monday.
Wait. 312, like peaches and cream, or what?
Huh?
Gizzard doesn't get that reference either. Never mind.
I don't. Okay, I don't. But it is Monday, May the 19th. And here we are for another fine edition of the show. But who's out there first? Well, guess who's first? Mystic Guns is first. I think we've all heard of Mystic Guns. Oh, we got Gunpowder Beauty out there. We got Roll Call in the audience. Alaska 1, Andy. Ron 2A Matters. We got TJ Fishing and Mr. Bob Dabalina. We have Dale Pogue. We got Rich White out there and in here. Jacob S. talking about a scare at the house. An unknown vehicle and two men just pulled into our driveway. We don't know. We turned on all the lights and they slowly left after they had gotten out of the vehicle. We were not expecting anybody, nor do we ever order DoorDash. Yeah. Glad everything turned out all right. Gerald Muir is out there. DJ Play Nice out there in the audience. And scrolling down, Denny's Plant-Based Journey just came in. So, all right, we got a crowd out there, 18 people so far. And let me introduce my fine panel after I say hello to Vanessa Kitty and Shanna Ewing. Welcome, everybody. So, my panel, here they are. And my first panelist, he is my co-host with the co-most, star of stage and screen, YouTube pariah, shunned by Amazon. Let's say hello to Obnoxious One.
Yo.
Indeed. So, glad that you're here. Now we move on to the lower right corner of the screen. The host of the Unloaded Media Channel, Rich White, is with us.
Yo.
It's kind of borderline.
Well, he allowed it last week.
Oh, you're citing legal precedent now, huh? Okay.
Yes.
I see. All right. Well, thank you for being here. Chris Lang's out there in the audience, by the way. And last but not least, who identifies himself only as me without an avatar, but I believe it's someone we all know. You might know him as a pride of Chelsea, Oklahoma. Let's say hello to the gun stop.
I'm only here because I need the money.
I understand. Times are tough.
It is. Especially with the pay you pay us. I can't afford to miss a week.
I hope I can make payroll. That's all I got to say. We got Smoking Joe out there. All right. So, pretty lively bunch out there so far. Hopefully we'll stir up some more bees out there in a little bit. We got a couple panelists that are enduring weather and internet issues right now and may or may not show up later. So anyway, we've got a few on here. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, I need to start the ticker, the banner, if you will, because that tells us about tonight's giveaway, which is
brought to us by Aegis Gun Care.
It is brought to us by Aegis Gun Care. Yeah,
I don't care what you say about Shelly. She is a really good lady. Although Rod, though, that sucker. Oh man.
Shelly is a very tolerant lady. I want to say hello to James, also Vulcan Rumble out there in the chat. Welcome aboard. Anyway, we are having a giveaway later on in the show, and the hashtag to enter is # FT312. Pound sign FT312 to enter the giveaway. That will be some stickers and some patches and some other stuff and a cleaner and lubricant. What the hell?
Rich dropped his damn slinky, I think.
I don't know what he's doing, but
Wasn't me.
a
I'm
clean
out in the kitchen.
combo kit from Aegis Gun Care. Good people, all the way from the lovely state of Idaho, where they also have potatoes, I believe. It's probably the only other thing in Idaho. So, yeah. So, topic we're going to talk about tonight, the title of the show is 18 or 21 for 2A. And that leads me to an article I read today. We're going to put it on the screen here. We're going to put this ad on the screen for apartments.com. All right. And this is from CBS News in Miami, and it says NRA takes Florida gun law to the U.S. Supreme Court. And it says, calling split appellate court decisions intolerable, the National Rifle Association on Friday asked the U.S. Supreme Court to take up a challenge to a Florida law that raised the minimum age to purchase rifles and other long guns from 18 to 21. Friday's move was the latest in 7 years of legal wrangling over the law passed after a February 2018 mass shooting at Parkland's Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School that killed 17 students and faculty members. Nicholas Cruz, who was 19 at the time, used a semi-automatic rifle to gun down the victims at his former school. The NRA filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of the gun age restriction shortly after the law passed. The 11th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which hears cases from Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, in March upheld the law, saying in an 8-4 ruling that the age restriction is consistent with our historical tradition of firearm regulation. The 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals issued a similar ruling last year in a Colorado case. But in what is known as a petition for writ of, how the hell do you pronounce that?
Certiorari.
Certiorari, I guess. Filled Friday in the Florida case, lawyers for the NRA pointed to a January ruling by a panel of the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals that found a federal restriction prohibiting gun sales to people ages 18 to 20 was unconstitutional. The 5th Circuit includes Texas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. The conflicting appellate court decisions warrant Supreme Court review of the Florida law, the petition said. This split between the circuits over so fundamental a question is intolerable and urgently calls for this Supreme Court's resolution, the document said. And we've got more stuff in here. I'm not going to read the whole article, but I think you got the gist of it. So basically, we are once again playing with the rights of people aged 18 to 20. And in various parts of the country, in fact, in the majority of the country, people under the age of 21 are restricted from either obtaining firearms or handguns, or in some states, they don't have constitutional carry rights until they turn 21. And this begs a question to me. So what age does your right to keep and bear arms begin? I mean, when you're an adult, right?
Yeah, I'm going to let you in on a little secret here.
Mm-hmm.
But your rights start the minute you're a U.S. citizen.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. The nation's history shows that you can put age limits on guns. Not so much. Because you go back to the 18th, the last little bit of the 18th century and the 19th centuries, it didn't matter how old you were. You could go buy a gun if you had the money.
Okay, so show of hands, and I'll put mine up right now. Who here had a gun before they were 18 years old? I did.
I did not.
I did.
And so, yeah, you've got constitutional, you've got the Second Amendment out there. The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed, but yet it's like, well, let's make them wait till they're 21. But when you're 18, you can go ahead and join the armed forces. And you can carry a gun overseas, but you can't carry it here.
Yeah.
Actually, you can join the armed forces at 17 if you're joining the National Guard and going to basic training between 11th and 12th grade. A lot of people don't know that.
I don't get it. If I was sending my 18-year-old kid off to college or something like that, and they told me that they weren't allowed to defend themselves for another 3 years just because of some silly law, I'd have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm just going to put a question out here. What actually kills more teenagers? Is it distracted driving or is it guns?
Driving in general.
Maybe we shouldn't let them drive till they're 21. But that ain't going to happen. And that's not a right, that's a privilege.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they're traveling, and then it's a right.
I suppose that's true. James says, what's to keep them from changing it to age 100? Jacob said, I didn't get my first firearm till I was out of college. TJ Fishing, he says, I was 15 years old when I got my license in Australia. Chris Lang says, depends on what city you live in. In some states, that is true. But I do think it is something the Supreme Court needs to address, because these circuit courts can't even agree on what they're doing here. Denny says, number one is motor vehicle crashes, and it makes up 30% of all teen deaths.
Yeah.
I believe that.
On average, every year, 300,000 to 350,000 people die in automobile crashes. A fraction of that die because they got shot.
But there's no political advantage to...
And that's if you take in every shooting.
Mm-hmm.
Including
there's no
suicide.
political advantage in getting in front of Congress, or complaining about, vehicles and stuff like that. But yeah, these politicians will talk all about guns. It's like, well, this kid did this, so let's raise the age that they can do this. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Let's put it this way. If you have to register in case they start the draft back up, you should be able to have a gun. Bare minimum. If you have to go and put your name down that, yes, I am now registered so that you can draft me if you decide to put us into a war where you have to draft people, then you should be able to have a gun.
Mr. Bub says, legally, the court referred to the Militia Act of 1792 that required every able-bodied man between 18 and 45 to register for the militia. They were required to provide their own guns, powder, and lead.
That depended on the state, because individual state militia laws, like Virginia's, for example, was you were to supply your own equipment, but if you wanted to join the militia and you couldn't afford to supply your own equipment, then the state was obligated to do so.
Well, I just don't think it's right. If you're an adult, you're an adult. You should be able to defend yourself. Your right to defend yourself shouldn't wait on some arbitrary age. And I'm kind of along with Obi on this, why 18? Why not whatever age? And somebody's going to say, well, are you going to give a 5-year-old a gun? Probably not. I mean, there's going to be some
Yeah,
common sense there.
There's this thing called parenting, which I know people are loath to do anymore, but it's something that, should actually be done by people who are going to be parents.
Yeah, because I got news for you. In rural areas, farm kids, etc., they're gonna carry a gun whenever they feel like carrying a gun. So,
Yeah, and I was shooting a 22 when I was 5. So, you buy the kid the gun, but you keep it where they can't get to it unless they're being supervised.
I remember going to summer camp, and they actually had shooting at the summer camp. It was just bolt action 22, but you're shooting at summer camp. I don't remember how old I was. It was I'm sure it was, somewhere in the 8 to 11 range.
wow.
Somewhere around there.
Chris says, I was trying to say teen deaths in big cities may happen more by gun than car. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that necessarily.
2 Live Moves.
You shut your dirty whore mouth, Moo. It was space camp. That's what I told everybody. You son of a bitch. And you know what? Glass houses, you son of a bitch. Glass houses.
Yeah, he ain't got a hair one if he doesn't come in here and defend himself.
Didn't he post that on YouTube where his fat ass bit it in the park in his own driveway?
Mm-hmm.
With his Ring camera.
Yeah. George Cortez is out there in the chat. He says, hey guys, I had a barbecue gun when I was 7 and my dad gifted me a 20 gauge shotgun at 14, and at 18 I bought my first firearm, a Ruger 1022. There you go.
My first shotgun was a 410 that I got when I turned 12 because 12 was the hunting age in Pennsylvania.
I don't remember how old. I think I was around 14 when Dad gave me my 12 gauge. Now, did I keep it in my room? No, but it was in Dad's closet and it wasn't locked. I knew where it was and I could have got to it whenever I needed to.
The 410 was kept in my closet. I wasn't allowed to have the ammo in my bedroom, but the 410 was in my bedroom closet.
I had a tiny little closet in my bedroom compared to Mom and Dad's. So, Smoking Joe says I had all 3 of my girls shooting by 5 or 6. I see Fuku YT is out there. All of a sudden, we got 26 people in here. So, yeah, go ahead and sound off in the chat if you've got anything to say about gun rights for people 18 to 20 or even younger.
Damn, I was really hoping that was a barbecue gun he had at age 7. I was like, right. Damn, that's cool. Fancy. Yeah. Like Applebee's on a date night.
But, I don't know. That might be more like Outback on date night.
$7 million. We're going to Applebee's.
Let's go.
Rich won't get that. Gizzard doesn't understand it either.
Applebee's ain't all that expensive, really.
I believe we just got movie referenced.
You did get movie referenced, and that is a movie that every gun guy should absolutely be able to quote.
And since I haven't seen every movie that's ever come out,
I guarantee you've seen that one. You've seen it exactly once, I'm sure. Rich hasn't seen it. I know that for a fact.
All right, 24 people. Let's see about got 12 people entered in the giveaway so far. Remind everybody # FT312 if you want to be part of this giveaway. George wants to know which movie.
You working again, John?
Somehow I knew that was going to be the movie.
Well, yeah, because Gizzard's seen it once and you refused to watch it.
Living
But
in
we were all supposed to watch it at Goals last year, but everybody forgot.
Living in Southwest Virginia, 1965. Steve, probably the YouTube channel that takes the longest to say.
Where in the world was it? Oh, okay. I see it now.
Chris Lang says, being in the inner city and seeing a 14 to 16-year-old with a handgun is really scary.
Well, yeah, because they're not up to any good.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, what else is going on, guys? I think we may have talked this out.
We'll get it all figured out.
I think we got it figured out. Yeah, we should give everybody guns. I think that's what we decided.
I think everybody should have the
We should do
option
like
to have them if they want them.
Yeah, we should do like Switzerland and issue everybody a gun when they're born.
Don't do like Switzerland because they make you actually keep it separate and you're only allowed to.
No, I mean just the issuing everybody a gun part.
Yeah, and their cheese is kind of nasty. So
I don't want to issue them because I don't want to have to pay for somebody else to get them.
Oh God. Fuku YT says, I'm eating sardines in Louisiana hot sauce.
Why is he in Louisiana hot sauce?
I don't know. It's a weird thing to take a bath in.
It'd be painful if you had an open sore.
It'd be painful even if you didn't have an open sore. That stuff's gonna get in no matter what.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a bad time.
It's gonna stain too.
But I guess
you're gonna have all the chili pepper juice and then the vinegar on
membranes.
Yeah. And vinegar on top of it. Ow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna feel too good.
Yeah, that would be insane in the mucous membrane, that's for sure. George says the USA could issue you a gun to every household in America if you're, or should issue you a gun to every household in America.
Nope, I don't want to pay for somebody else's. I got enough problems paying for my own.
If they're government issued guns, you're going to end up with some crappy stuff like
it's
probably skies that the government seized or something.
It's going to go to the lowest bidder, just like everything else. Except unless of course somebody's
AR-15.
No.
You know how much the U.S. government pays for those?
Probably more than if they
they pay hardly anything.
No.
Remember what you just said? Lowest bidder?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's actually the lowest bidder with all the kickbacks and all the pork.
Steve says high points for everyone.
Yeah, them high points AR-15s ain't supposed to be all that much. So everybody gets a high point AR-15.
I get actually angry when somebody calls my guns military grade weapons. It's like mine are much better than military grade. Stop
That's
it.
Right.
Quit it.
Well, you get the military grade AR-15, then you just upgrade it if you got the money to do that over time, maybe.
Oh, but it's mil-spec. Yay.
Yeah, mil-spec isn't as great as what people make it out to be.
I know.
Mil-spec is like saying a Glock will run anything. Well, that's because they're loose as hell. They're built that way for a reason. So they'll run anything.
I remember the P320 is mil-spec.
P320's all right.
Yeah, but you got all these people whining and complaining because you drop it and it goes off, or you don't put it in your holster just right, it goes off. Well, maybe pay attention to what you're doing when you're reholstering it.
Don't drop
don't-
your guns. Don't reholster your guns while
Maybe don't put it in a modified holster.
Yeah, that too.
Artac and Daughters is out there, by the way. Hello.
And maybe don't hit it with a freaking hammer.
Maybe upgrade your holster from Uncle Mike's.
Yeah.
That's always a thought. Yeah. 223 DMRs out there. Also, M. Gabriel. MPI and X-ray inspection of bolts is not usually done. Vulcan Rumble says there are still high schools that have marksmanship classes for seniors. MIT does actually have a pistol team.
My alma
Yeah,
mater
but they're
has
rigging up robots and stuff to pull the triggers.
Well, yeah, because it's MIT. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they're doing like Ghostbusters, Mythbusters.
Ghostbusters.
Oh man.
Smoking Joe wants to know how many of y'all have a high point.
Do
I
not.
got a carbine.
I do not.
I do have the carbine. I did have the 45 pistol. It's gone. Steven Sheets is out there. He says, play ball. Artac and Daughter says, Sig said don't keep around in chamber. Just saying. They did?
They said the safest way is to not keep a round in the chamber,
Well,
which like
that's
all
always
all
true.
of them have that buried somewhere in there
Mm-hmm.
in their thing.
Yeah.
Does nobody remember? I've got a GP 100 here that's got like an actual paragraph engraved on the side of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a revolver, and it's got a paragraph engraved on the side of it because of all this stupid shit.
But if the P320 isn't supposed to have a round chamber, how come they didn't sell them to the Israelis?
The Israelis are all carrying Desert Eagles. Or they're carrying what is that? The Masada?
Yeah.
Jericho.
R4 Mississippi Thunder is out there.
Wasn't the Masada, though? Wasn't that the polymer one that's also got a FCU in it? Oh, there's some IWI that I know it's polymer. I just don't remember if it had an FCU in it or not. It was like all the rage like 4 years ago.
M. Gabriel says 320 condition 1 is full mag slide lock back. Denny says my P320 has round in the chamber right now. Been there since the last time I went to the range, and then the previous round in the chamber was there a long time too, and so on. Let's see. 223 DMR says, Rich, what is your thoughts on the High Point AR?
I don't know. I haven't shot one. I haven't, or even held one because they didn't have it at the Great American Outdoor Show when I was there. So I don't know.
Now, none
It
of
looks
us
interesting, but
none of us made it to NRA this year, which is where they evidently
That one-
showcased it.
Is that made a die cast too? Just like the
no, it's forged aluminum. They said.
Rumor has it that they bought a AR manufacturer that was going out of business.
they might have. Who knows? I don't know. I think I think with Palmetto, with PSA in the market, I think you're tough to come in and beat the AR prices there. But
Rumors I was hearing was they were shooting for an MSRP of around 500.
so they're going to be right in there. PSA is
jumping right in the fray with everybody else. Artac and Daughter says Delton, I bet. And he was there, so. Fuku says High Point will have their AR out in 4 or 5 years. Yeah,
That's optimistic.
If they follow the yeet cannon
Is the
timeline.
Yeet cannon even out yet?
I don't know.
I mean, other than the one that they laser engraved Yeet cannon on the side of it.
High Point was saying sometime this year. I forget what it was exactly, but I saw a couple different videos where the guy at NRM was telling the person interviewing them that they're hoping to have it at sometime this summer, July. But they even
Yeah,
stated
right.
July in the one video. Oh hell! If all they're doing is changing the name of another company, there's no reason why they couldn't.
Well, once again, High Point's doing the same thing they did with the yeet cannon. Is you got a product that at one point there was a fairly high interest and demand in, and you piddled around well past the time when anybody cared. Then finally got around to releasing it, and then it's like, gee, why don't we have multiple sales on this thing? Well, you gotta strike the iron when it's hot, you see. George says, I will admit when I bought my first automatic pistol. You got an automatic pistol? Wow. A Glock 22. I carried empty chamber. At the range, it was loaded in the holster, so then I carried always around in the chamber.
I thought the automatic Glock was the 18.
No, it's a Glock 7. It costs more than you make in a month.
Well, that's the one that's
porcelain
all ceramic,
Glock?
no
Yeah.
steel.
Yeah. Fuku says, I shot the new yeet cannon. I prefer the old C9. Well, you better get them while you can, because if we're going to have government-issued pistols soon, like everybody's saying, then they're going to buy up all the High Points. It'd be welfare guns. Vulcan Rumble says Swiss cheese is good on a Reuben. Take that back.
No,
Well,
you said Swift cheese. Like
Swift. Oh,
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Swift is making cheese now.
or is that the cheese that goes in them shitty trucks that the new truck drivers are in? Either way, yeah. Reubens are good.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a Reuben in a while. Sounds good.
I haven't either.
I was just making a comment about Swiss cheese. I actually like Swiss cheese. There ain't too many cheeses I won't eat. Except head cheese. No.
I don't think that's actual cheese.
It's not. I'll even eat cottage cheese. Of course, I'll also eat fried okra.
Ugh.
Some people won't.
Ugh. I tried it.
Speaking of fried okra, C4 Defense is out there, and
crap.
he's in here. Welcome,
Yo.
Sarge.
What's up?
The price of tea in China? I don't know.
What is it now? What's the price over there?
I don't know. I'm sure Rich would know.
I have no clue.
Weird reference. Don't know. Sorry I'm late. I guess they just got the internet fixed there a little bit ago.
Well, I'm glad you made it. George Cortez says fried okra is awesome.
Yeah,
Yes,
but he's
it is.
also
Yes, it is.
he's also the guy that's never had a Reuben.
Coming from the guy who claims to have never heard Ice Ice Baby.
R4 Mississippi Thunder. Enjoy fried okra myself.
Well,
How did that walk into
Agorizer.
fried okra chat?
I think it's. I don't know. I think it's just fate.
Well, they should definitely legalize okra.
think they should. And you shouldn't have to be 18 to buy it either.
Mm-hmm.
Fuku YT says, I went to a cheese shop and got bacon ranch cheddar and green onion cheddar. In the name of God.
Did you like the ranch dispenser I sent you?
I saw that. It's kind of neat.
Definitely
Yeah.
subtle.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bacon ranch cheddar is actually pretty good. I've had that before.
Two Live Moose says, rich white baby. Wow. Mr. Bob says, I like okra. It makes a nice reactive target. Wow. Got various opinions on okra. Maybe we should do a poll.
Well, there's
No.
those people that like fried okra, and then the rest that are wrong. We're going to turn OB into a hillbilly yet.
Kind of doubt that.
Let's see. So we're going to have an okra poll. Do you like okra? And I'm giving you choices. Yes, pickled or fried. Yes, fried only. Yes, pickled only. Or hell no.
Hell no.
George says fried zucchini is awesome also. Yes, it is. Zucchini is good. Fuku wants to know, what about beets and turnips?
Ew.
Yeah, take them or leave them. R4 says the world has two kinds of people, awesome and those that don't like okra. Wow.
See? It's going to be okra for the win.
I think so.
What's that lady that had that talk show for the longest time? Okra Winfrey?
Mm-hmm. That's what Two Live Moose says. Okra, you get a car. George says, I would get fried zucchini at Carl's Jr. / Hardee's. I didn't know they had fried zucchini.
Had fried pickles.
Fried pickles are delicious.
Depends. But usually pretty good.
Well, so far we got 19 votes out there. Wow. 32% are saying yes, pickled or fried. 26% say fried only. Nobody says pickled only. And 42% say hell no. Wow.
So that means it's winning.
It is winning overall. Yes. So
I
Chris
think
Lang
there's
said,
too many choices. It should be, you like okra, yes or no? That George Strait song, yes or no? It's about okra.
check yes or no. Chris Lang says, okra is a staple at the Lang residence. So, yeah, Obi's going to have to limit his travel to areas of the country where they don't push okra on you. It's a shame you
It's
didn't
not
grow
like
up.
they force it on you.
It's a shame you didn't grow up with an okra in your household. It gives you culture. R4 says, what about boiled okra?
No,
Never had boiled okra.
and you shouldn't.
Had boiled peanuts. That's interesting in and of itself.
That's something I can't stand.
It's not great.
Boiled peanuts. And people just go out of their way to get that stuff. And man, it's just not for me.
Two Life Moo with the anniversary chat, 31 months. And he says, I think that 31 months is wrong since my account was hacked and had to resub. No boiled okra, by the way.
Oh, so do we grade Moo on a curve? Does he get a few
Maybe.
months added in?
Maybe. Agrizer says, unless it's boiled in gumbo. Well, yeah, that's different. Mr. Bob says, I won't begrudge anyone their affinity for okra. I choose to not partake. And Chris Lang says, better than Brussels sprouts. I happen to love Brussels sprouts.
I don't eat Brussels sprouts either. So
What the hell's wrong with you?
What about asparagus? Do you eat that?
Love
I
asparagus.
don't think I've ever had it, so I don't
If
know.
it's
what it
wrapped
tastes
in bacon, it's not bad.
What about artichoke hearts?
Never
Mhm.
had
like.
them.
Never had that either.
It's good.
Oh my gosh, that is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapped in bacon?
Well, if there's bacon in it, I mean, the way Mrs. Sarge makes it.
I think we just need to expose Obi to more culture.
Yep. He got cultured up the other night. He also found out Winston-Salem wasn't the place to order a crepe. He found that out vicariously through my buddy.
He found it out hard.
It's like I told you, you don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to do something just like that. You just never, that's the joy of it, is you don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be something just like that.
Don't know what he's going to get himself into, but there's definitely going to be something.
Yes. It's always going to be something that's like, only you, buddy. Only you.
TJ Fishing says, anything wrapped in bacon is good. I don't know. Dog turds wrapped in
Yeah,
bacon.
I was
sound
thinking a turd wrapped in bacon would be very good.
I think he probably meant traditional food items, not just some wacky stuff you guys can come up with. How about a fishing lure wrapped in bacon?
Well, if you're a fish,
Ooh.
maybe.
Buku says either Brussels sprouts or broccoli with cheese. Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
Little trees with cheese on them.
Denny says fried okra, fried squash, fried zooks, fried bacon, fried avocado, fried jalapeno. I mean, fry it, and most people will try it with ranch dressing. There you go. You're speaking my language.
That's just the vehicle through which Gizzard gets the dressing.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'm a hick. Oh, well. I don't mind being a hick. Time is it? Oh, my. Has it been that long? TJ Fishing says normal food like crocodile, emu, and camels. Chris Lang says if you put enough hot sauce on it, it's great. Not everything. Not everything. Fuku says, anybody tried the new Reese's peanut butter and jelly cups yet? No?
I've never even seen it. Is that really a thing?
I guess so. But you know what else is a thing? Gear websites. Because they're your source for every second matters, gun channels, gear, ammo ID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items. And every Friday is Free Patch Friday when you buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
That's right. GearWebsites.com for all your 2A cool stuff needs. guy that comments is out there. He says, I've upgraded to a healthier version of dark chocolate and peanut butter. Cost less, too. So let's go ahead and end this poll, and this is going to be fun. Because 50% of the audience said hell no. And the other 50% like
It's
okra
wrong.
in some fashion. So it's
Oh no. No, it's only 49%. It's YouTube math again where they can't.
yeah, I didn't
count
say that
properly.
until I ended it. So it's 50-50. So
50,
no
49.
definitive.
Apparently,
No.
there's a 1% that voted on something that you didn't put.
We know that's an anomaly, Reg. Okay. Two Live Moose says, just like the election, half was wrong. Not quite half. But anyway, it is time for this.
Oh, who's the chicken that everyone loves? Gizzard Gary, who's 4 for 2 but stands above. Gizzard Gary, a ton of its wives and more to come. Gizzard Gary, who loves to give gifts to everyone. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway. Gizzard Gary, giveaway.
Hi, folks. Gizzard Gary here. Meow. All right, so it is time for the Fowl Territory, easy for me to say, prize giveaway. And tonight we'll be giving away some swag here, and of course, a cleaner and lubricant combo kit from the good folks at, if I can find my little icon to put on the screen here, Aegis Gun Care, tonight's sponsor. So, and this week I'll actually show you what you could win before we have the drawing. But if you want to enter, there's still time. # FT312. And so
Do it now.
here's what we're giving away. We're going to give away the infamous Gizzard Gary channel sticker.
You're gonna give it away. Give it away. Give it away now.
Yes, I am. Then you're going to get the official Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. And we just got somebody that just joined us. Hillbilly Up is here finally. The mute Hillbilly.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Doing all right. How are you?
Oh, man. We're alive. So, yep. Well, we had some pretty bad storms around us, tornado watches and all that stuff. And so, yeah, we lost internet and all that stuff. So, anyway, just got back up and going. So, I figured I'd jump on here and say howdy to everybody.
All righty. Glad you did. I'm just going through the list of stuff we're giving away right here. So we're going to go with the excess sight sticker. That is the fastest sights in any light or no light at all. We get a sticker from the good folks at Live Free Armory, true American manufacturing. And one of Obi's favorite products, good old-fashioned Haterade Thirst Destroyer. This is the extra big sticker. That's from DM Foss. Also from DM Foss, the Hell No Kitty sticker. And the Papa Smurf. And then we've got this sticker from AccuFire, Advancing Accuracy. This sticker, which is basically a rooster, courtesy of Squibload. And then this sticker from SendCut. And then we've got this nice sticker from Savivi. We've got a sticker here from Ron Wayne's channel. And one last sticker, and this is from Stroop Knives. All right, so patch-wise, there really aren't a whole lot of these left, believe it or not. The NRA Dallas 2024 patch from Palmetto State Armory. You've got this one from GOA. It says one in the chamber. We've got another patch from GOA that says, well, it says no compromise. Now, the right delayed is right denied. National Firearms Act, no compromise.
That's a cool patch.
It is a cool patch. Speaking of cool patches, this one comes straight from SHOT Show 2025 from O-Site.
Ooh.
See the power. Yeah. It's a good size patch, too. So you'll get that. You're also going to get the official Gizzard Gary pin. Put it on your clothing or stick it in your wall. Stick it in your drywall. Your landlord will love that stuff.
Put in your wallet.
Could do that too. Turn it out if you do that. Also, you're going to get the complete set of coasters from the good folks at EAA. This is
How many are in a
enough
complete set?
for your entire family. There are 7 in here, which is a perfect amount for just about any kind of gathering you have at your home or something like that. So
7's enough.
yeah, 7 heaven. So you're going to win all that stuff. You're also going to win the cleaner and lubricant combo kit from Aegis Gun Care, as I said before. So how do you win that? Say, Gizzard Gary, how do I win that? Well, you do that by entering this hashtag in the chat, #FT312. We have 22 entries in the giveaways so far, and there are, according to StreamYard, 28 people on YouTube, 4 on X. So I think everybody's had plenty of time to enter. So Obi, give me the command to draw.
Command to draw.
All right. So good luck, everybody. Let's see who tonight's winner is going to be. You must be present to win, by the way. And our winner is Dale Pogue. So, Dale Pogue, are you out there in the chat? Give him a minute or so. Dale Pogue. I know the work is here in here.
Did you start the timer?
I'm not in my head, and I'm looking at the clock on the screen. Yeah. Got a few more seconds before we'll go ahead and redraw here. Dale Pogue, hurry up, or we may have to redraw. Okay, well, sadly, I guess we're going to have to draw again. So, second chance for everybody. Let's go ahead and hit the button.
Do it now.
All right, so second chance drawing, everybody. And this time our winner is James. So, James, are you out there?
Known him so long, I call him Jimmy. I haven't seen anybody in the chat, have you, with just the name James?
Early on in the program.
Yeah, he was there earlier.
I'm
James,
guessing
are you
James
here?
was only here for a minute.
Gun Snob says, I go by James on Monday nights. Wow.
Oh, Jimmy the Gun Snob.
Yeah, I always call him Jimmy. I've called him other things too, but we won't go into that. Abigail's out there. She said, my dad's name is James. Okay, well, looks like we're going to have to do it again. So, Obi, let me
Do
know.
it.
Third chance. We'll keep doing this till somebody claims it. And now it's George
I know
Cortez.
he's out there.
George Cortez.
He says redraw.
Redraw?
That's what it said. Tell me it's not what he just said.
Yeah, but when I got a feeling he typed that before I drew his name. So
It did come out pretty quick.
it did. He says, finally. All right, so George Cortez, you are tonight's winner. So congratulations. I need you to send me an email. Send it to winner, WINNER, at gizzardgary.com. Email me your mailing address. I do probably have it, but it's been a while. I want to make sure I have the right address. And I will pass that on to Aegis Gun Care. And so, yeah, congratulations, man. It's nice to have somebody who hasn't won in a while. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and get this off the screen. Gunsnob says, wiener at gizzardgary.com. That's not quite correct. But, all right, so let's go ahead and transition into our next segment, and that is Show Us Your Gorn. That is where you send your Gorn to Gorn at gizzardgary.com. And if you do so, please include your channel name in the email so I will know who sent it. So let's see. Somebody just leave? We lost Hillbilly. Uh-oh. Hope he didn't lose power. I don't have any Gorn. Wow. That's a damn shame. We are Gornless. Oh, I do have, I believe, let me check something. Let me check the Discord. There might be some in the Discord.
Discord
or Datcord.
Discord
Yeah.
duck.
That's right. Okay, so we've got this. Because I remember Abigail sent something in here. So see if I can share this screen here. Hope if I'd hit the right button. Hope if I wasn't new at this. Okay, so this is from Abigail. Setting up her new shotgun. Looks like she's got 6 shells on this side and another 6 on the other side. Nice sling. What do you think?
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it too. Yeah. All right. And let's see. Yep. Hillbilly said he did lose his internet. So.
Speaking of losing internet, I saw a video just a little bit ago of some people up in the St. Louis Arch when a tornado came through.
Oh, pass.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it looked pretty scary. It was moving around quite a bit.
Yeah, I've been up in that thing. Not during a tornado.
Whoa, easy.
Okay, so I believe. Okay, so we got this from Chris Lang, just came in. And the email says GSG MP5 22. It's pretty cool looking. Oh. And now is Snob wanting me to put this picture from the text chat up on the Gorn? I don't know if it's Gorn or not. No, you can't see it.
I mean, I would guess by the timing that you said you had no Gorn, and then he sent that's
Well,
probably what it's meant to be.
Let's take a look because I don't really see any harm in it.
And he said, yes, it is.
Just completely questionable. Well.
So there it is. Isn't that cute?
Want to tell people what it is?
It's mini skid steer. I don't know exactly what you do with it or how to operate it, but it looks cooler than hell. So I'd probably break it.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like Snob would fit in there.
See if I got. Oh, I do have another email. This one is from 2 Live Moo. Sure, you've heard of it. Okay, and this is the Bull Armory Commander 45 ACP.
Whoa.
Me too, Pop. Me too.
Looks nice. Ron 2A Matters says good night all, and he put his channel link out there. So yeah, thanks for being here. We got a couple more Gorns now starting to come in. So this is from Buku. So let's take a look. Well, where'd it go? My screens are getting all jumbled up here. Get back here. Okay. Boom. This is GSG 1911 22LR. It's kind of cool.
I've got one of those that's branded as a SIG from years ago.
Okay, so now we got one from Mr. Bob Dabalina. Of Colt 45.
That doesn't look like a malt liquor.
You see, Rich. Colt 45. That was made by John Moses Browning. It seems like a 2A guy would know that. I'm glad I was here to straighten you out.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay, and another one from Fuku. And here we have CZ512.
Dale says he just woke up from his nap. What did he miss? Should we tell him?
Hate to break
Uh-oh.
his heart.
Was he the first or second winner?
He was
It's the first.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you'd have been here, you'd have won the giveaway, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
Your name was drawn, but sorry. Yeah, James was the second winner. Well, his birds don't like his picnic table, or maybe they do like his picnic table. Okay, we got another one. Another one from 2 Live Moo. See, all you got to do is ask, and you'll have all kinds of corn. Smith & Wesson 625 here. Along with an Olight prop. And about 3 speed. No, those aren't speed loaders. Those are
Moon clips.
moon clips or star clips or whatever you call them. Dale says, thanks. I would have turned it down anyway. All kinds of cool stuff. All right. And we got another one here. This time it's from Aussie. You want to guess what it is before I put it on the screen?
A holster?
You're right. It is a holster. This holster is for a CZ75BD. It made its way to Rome. Rome, Georgia, that is. LOL.
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 Very cool. All right, so that's all I've got so far anyway, folks. And it's probably about time for us to start running this in the shed. So let's go ahead and put up my last segment because we are now into What Did You Learn? We're going to ask each of our panelists what they learned tonight because it's been a very educational evening, I know, for everybody. And then give them a chance to promote whatever they want to promote. We'll start with Obnoxious One. What did you learn? Did you learn anything?
No.
You learned yo.
I think he's got that down. That's for sure. Oh, what have you got coming up?
Meh. Stuff.
Just stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No things. Okay.
Nope.
All righty. Well, thank you for being here as always. And so we go to Rich White. What did you learn, Rich?
I learned that when George says redraw, it doesn't count.
You're probably right there. What have you got coming up, Rich? Dazzle
I
us.
don't-
Come on, dazzle us.
I got a live show on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Unloaded Media channel called This Week Unloaded.
Cool.
And that's a good one too, Abby. Yeah.
That is a good one.
As far as any recorded videos, I don't know if I'm going to have any out anytime soon because our table's kind of a little bit of a mess right now. Because because of the flood and stuff last Tuesday, there's still a bunch of stuff sitting on the dining room table that's usually in the basement. So.
All righty. Well, thank you for being here, as always. And let's go to Sarge at C4 Defense. What did you learn, Sarge?
I learned that most people correctly like okra.
Okra lost.
No.
No?
Yeah.
50-50.
No, it lost 50-49.
We're not going there, Rich. It's 50-50.
It was 54. Hell no. 29 for one and 20 for the other. That's 50-49.
Bring it back up.
I can't bring it back up. I can scroll back.
Scroll back.
Yes,
Last
I
time
know.
I saw it was winning.
Oh, no. And of course, YouTube, once you hit end poll, it always misreports the results. But the actual official results, according to me, hell no, 50%. Pickled or fried, 30%. Fried only, 20%. So half the people like okra, half the people don't.
There you go.
Well, no, you got half the people don't.
Once again, Rich was wrong.
40.
I think his mic just went out.
I'm
Anyway.
making a joke.
No, you were wrong. You misquoted facts.
I was going to make a joke. I was going to say 50% didn't like it, 49% do like it, and 1% didn't know where the hell they were voting.
And it's just like you didn't recognize a 1911-45. Called it a malt beverage. What a noob.
I said didn't look like a malt beverage.
What a noob.
Oh, what have you got coming up, Sarge?
Work on my range. That's what I have coming up.
Hey, that's bad. Shut up. Set.
Yes.
Puppy's getting yelled at.
Bad puppy. All right. So thanks to Sarge. Thanks to all of you for being here. So I would like to thank everybody for watching this evening. Whether you watched on YouTube, Facebook, or the X, or if you're watching in replay. Abby says, still think that Colt 45 needed 2 packs of 125 zigzags. Wow. Alrighty. Anyway, thanks for watching. And thanks to everybody who sent corn or chatted out there in the chat. Appreciate each and every one of you. Congratulations to our contest winner, George Cortez. And of course, thanks to all of my channel members for everything they do to support the channel. I certainly do appreciate it. We will be back, channel members. Remember, Wednesday night, members only chat. That is at 8:30 Central Time, members only, with a chance to win a send cut knife. I don't remember right off the bat which one it is, but we give away a knife every week. If you're interested in winning free knives, you might consider being a channel member. Those memberships start at 99 cents a month. That gives you 4 chances to win a knife. It's a good deal, I think. Anyway, we'll be back next week for another edition of Fowl Territory, probably 313. And of course, that's every Monday night at 9 p.m. Central. So before we get off here, I'd like to remind everybody that if anyone, and I mean anyone, regardless of your age, tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms and give them the bird, This is Gizzard Gary, along with my esteemed panel, and we bid you a good evening. Say good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night,
night,
everyone.
everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody.